A lot of people have been sharing their dreams about the rapture and stuff like that, and I am not. It's not fair that I don't share mine. I haven't done it. So the first one I had was probably the most recent one, I believe, and I was at walking this 40-year-old man who was balding. He was probably in his 50s, 40s, or something. And I was walking down one of my main streets in my own hometown, Texas Boulevard, and I was walking into the Walmart. Now, the Walmart we have now is a super center facing the west. This one, the old Walmart, was the general store, the old Walmart, and that was facing south. And it had been boarded up, and I led him to safety, and I noticed everybody staring out the open windows with loose boards nailed to it, just looking out like, a bit of rain is coming, you know. They weren't too worried about the tornadoes that were in the back of the Walmart, and that was in the neighborhood that's behind it. There was about 6 or 7 tornadoes, and everybody was just completely oblivious to this. And I was the only one that saw it. Or it's like I was the only one that saw it. They knew, I guess they didn't care. I don't know. But I led the man to safety, and as soon as I did that, I noticed a cloud coming from the west, a big, massive cloud coming from the west. And it had a pentacle in it, and it let me know that it is the devil. I am the devil, is what it said. And in a quick second, a box had opened right in front of me out of the parking lot. It just like came out of the ground, and there was a baby lamb cut from its umbilical cord, and I picked it up and I ran, and the dream ended. So that was one. Another one was probably back in 2013 or 14. I was in a Walmart again. Go figure. And there were guard towers. It was a very quick one. There was fencing around it, barbed wire fencing. And I started walking, I started floating up. I started walking over the barbed wire fence. Just like I was walking in midair. So that was a very quick dream. What else was another one? What else was that? I'm trying to remember right now. I had another one. This was a strange one though. I was in a hotel or some type of apartment complex, and it was very dark. I believe it was a hotel, and I go into one of the rooms, and something tells me they're onto you, Paul. There's a bunch of monitors first and foremost. There's a bunch of monitors on the wall, bunch of monitors, and they told me they're onto you, Paul. They're onto you, and all the monitors started looking. They were showing me on the monitor. On the monitor showed my image. And I started running. And as I started running, within the intervals of darkness between the complex lights or whatever facility I was in, or some apartment complex or whatever I was at, I noticed there was somebody else running after me. And I must have been running real fast because it seemed to me like she was running like, what is that, like a what's her name? Biomechanical woman, or I don't know. That chick that runs real fast. Well, she was running pretty fast, and every time she would come into darkness, out of darkness, you could see her sunglasses, her hair. She looked like a woman, a very pale woman, running after me. But whenever she'd get into darkness, her face started looking distorted like an animal. And somehow I jumped this fence and I start floating up. And as I start floating up, she starts getting mad and this and getting pissed off. And my dream ends. I have a lot more, man. It's not fair that I didn't share them, so I'm sharing them now. So that's all I can remember so far. If I can remember any more, I will let you know.